Guys is here at CES, and we're with Adam Collins, the CCO over at Reddit. And as you probably know, Reddit is a hot topic for PR folks right now, so we're going to get into it with him. First off, though, Adam, I'd love to hear more about your background and how you ended up at Reddit.
Yeah, I've been lucky to have a number of wonderful experiences over the course of my career. I worked in politics for almost 20 years and sort of moved around the country as one does. And I worked at Molson Coors. I was the CCO at Molson Coors for about 6.5 years. Wonderful company, incredible people, great industry. But I made the move to Reddit about 6 or 7 months ago. It's been incredibly rewarding, very exciting. It's fast-paced, fun, right in the middle of everything, as you're saying. And so it's you know what I've told my friends is there's no place I'd rather be right now in this moment than here at Reddit. So it's been a lot of fun so far. It's my first CES, having been in beer before.
It can be very overwhelming.
Yeah, you know,
but fun.
Beer has big events. This is a different scale, I would say, but it's a lot of fun, and we're really lucky. We've got a great team, great comms professionals here at Reddit, and a really good group of people across the business. So it's been a lot of fun so far.
Are you a Redditor now yourself?
Oh yeah,
yes.
for sure. And I have like my admin account, and I have another one as well that I've used for quite some time. And I think I use Reddit the way that a lot of people do. I would assume, I'm a dad. Got two young boys. They're super into hockey. I'm a big Cubs fan. So you know,
Sports Reddit is really fun.
Sports Reddit is amazing, right? And no matter what your passion is, or what your interest is, or what your hobby is, there is a group of people, and there's a community for you. People are having real conversations with other human beings about the same interests that you have. So
and there actually is a PR industry Reddit. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I haven't looked
at
it.
There is one, and it's very active.
All right.
So you learned something.
All right,
today.
I did learn something today.
Well, let's get into it. Reddit is a really hot topic in the PR industry right now, particularly because a lot of people have been naming it as a strategy for showing up in AI answers. Just curious, how true is that for brands or organizations that want to utilize the platform?
Yeah, we are the #1 source across the LLMs for human-generated content. There's a study from Profound about 3 or 4 weeks ago, just before the holidays, that went out and released that. So, I think when you think about what LLMs look for and what they like and what they source from, it's really what Reddit is. Authentic, real conversations between human beings that are current and continually up to date. And there's really no other space like that other than Reddit. We've been continuing to grow both users and advertisers, and it's ultimately because I think in a world that's increasingly dominated by algorithms, the desire to have a real engagement. We were talking about the communities that I'm in, and the desire to have real engagement is I think never been more valuable.
Yeah, it's interesting that the social part of social media has kind of almost been taken away, but Reddit, you guys have really just kind of stood the test of time and stayed true to your values and just the mission of what you guys are as a platform. So that's really interesting. And as many of you may or may not know, Reddit communities are extremely loyal and not always so brand corporate friendly. So if someone in PR or comms is looking to build an authentic Reddit strategy, how should they start?
I think there's a key word that you use in that question. It's authentic. I understand the perception about Reddit. You mentioned this about how brands show up. The reality is every social platform is different. And so, you wouldn't use the same strategy on Facebook that you use on TikTok that you'd use on LinkedIn, and Reddit's no different, right? So, yes, it's different. No, it doesn't need to be hard. I think we have free tools for companies to use. Reddit Pro is a great one to learn how to start engaging on the platform. But the biggest thing to me is understand the audience, add value, and be authentic to who you are as a brand or as a business, right? And I think those are the spaces. It's not just true on Reddit, but those are the spaces where people go astray. Are you are you bringing value to the conversation? Are you bringing value to the user? And are you showing up in a way that's authentic to who you are? If you're trying to pretend you're someone that you're not, it's not going to work out. And that's where you see the communities react negatively. So there's tons of companies who do this very, very, very effectively.
Yeah, I'm curious, do you have any examples to share? What works?
There are
what
some
might
of
not
my
work?
favorites, right? So I'll give you a few if you'll indulge me here. I think Sonos is maybe one of the best examples. So they went through the update a few years ago and had some consumer challenges that they were dealing with, and r/Sonos was not the happiest place. There's a guy, Keith. His username is Keith from Sonos. So real person from Sonos.
That's a good tip. If you want to get on, that's a good way to do it.
It's great. And he was active in the community. And I wasn't telling people that they were wrong or admonishing them for their opinions or their frustrations. He showed up in a way that was trying to provide value to them as they were navigating this update on the system, right? Helping them with tricks and tips and helping them understand what was going on. Very much changed the perception of the company within the Sonos subreddit. So much so they had a new CEO this summer, in the last few months. And on his first day, he posted in the Sonos subreddit. He said, as I've been going through the process here, I've been lurking, but listening and learning from the users in the Sonos subreddit. Really appreciate your continued your voice and your ideas and whatnot, and I'll continue being here. And so I think when you think about where they were a couple years ago to where they are now, the work that Keith's done, the work that Sonos has done is, I think, maybe a gold standard type examples. There are tons of other fun ones. Skoda, the car company in Europe, there's a very dedicated, very loyal, very active fan base of their vehicles. So they gave folks in that subreddit the chance to try out some of the new cars when there was new designs.
Oh, that's fun.
Tons of fun. Kraft Heinz. So there's I love Reddit so much. There's in the Kitchen Confidential subreddit, there's a guy, Chive guy. He is chopping chives every day until Reddit says they're perfect. This has been going on for quite some time. It's been fun and it's cute and people are enjoying it. Kraft Heinz came in and saw this as a moment and advertised. So it wasn't organic, it was paid in a way that was cute and fun, was authentic to Kraft as a business, but worked like they were in on the joke. It worked within the context of that for Philadelphia cream cheese with chives. Super fun. It worked really well for them. Good engagement. And then on the other side of like size of business, this is the last one, I promise.
No.
There's a tree service company in Austin, Texas called Trees Amigos, which is
Trees Amigos.
Amazing. I love it so much, right? But he's been active in Reddit for a long time in the Austin subreddits. And what he does is when there's a storm coming, there's an issue, he'll go in and he's providing ideas and tips for people as they're navigating issues with their trees in their yard. He's not saying, go, hire me, you must hire me or anything. He's just providing some value in there. He's gotten business from that. Obviously, it's helped grow his profile. And right now, he's showing up in the LLMs, or Trees Amigos is. And what he's told us is he's only active on Reddit. He's not used other platforms. And so it tells him that the reason that the LLMs are pulling from, or that he's showing up there is because they're pulling from his comments on Reddit. And what we've seen is that they really value the engagement, the back and forth engagement and real conversations. So it could be positive, it could be negative, but real active conversations. Those are some examples, but there's a ton of companies out there who are doing this really effectively. Engaging their fans or engaging communities in ways that's good for the community and good for the brands too.
If you have one tip on what not to do, what would that be?
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of the inverse, right? I mean, if you show up and just start, it's like a Dilbert comic strip, nobody wants that, and if you're trying to represent yourself in a way that's not true to who you are, and now that's, again, it's not just a Reddit thing, it's just a reality thing. It's not going to work out for you. And I think the biggest thing is show up. Be on Reddit. You can do that paid, you can do that organically, you can do that in both. but show up and be here. We've got great tools to help make it easier for companies to figure out how do they get started, or if they're already started, how do they take it to the next space. But the reality is we have 100,000 thriving communities on Reddit, well over 100 million daily users, significantly more from a weekly standpoint. I can promise you that, as you said, like every industry, every company, every interest, every hobby, there are conversations happening about brands and about spaces right now that are driving purchase decisions. And so you can choose to put your head in the sand and ignore that, or you can choose to be an active part of that conversation in a way that brings value to the users and brings value to the community. So when you do that effectively, it works really well.
That was going to be one of my other questions in terms of PR and comms teams. Monitoring your reputation, right?
Yeah.
And there's so many places to do that right now, but a good place to include is Reddit.
Yeah.
What do you suggest for companies that are just looking to do that there?
Yeah. So come check out our tools. So there's a couple here. Reddit Pro is I think the most all-encompassing.
Are these paid or free?
They're free. That's a great. I love that you brought that up. They are free. Look, at the end of the day, if a company is showing up, or a brand is showing up on Reddit in a way that is advantageous to the brand and advantageous to the community and the user, that's a win for everybody, right? So Reddit Pro, free tool, will help sort of get you started there. We have some other ones that are more geared towards advertisers. We just launched a new one, Reddit Max Campaigns, just 2 days ago. I'm forgetting what day it is. It happens in Vegas, right? But, so we just launched Reddit Max Campaigns, which brings AI-powered insights to help people understand personas and understand the conversations and where they can show up. AI-powered ad platforms as well. So there's a number of tools that companies can use that are all free to really help them be on here and be effective. There's a great stat. I was just thinking about this as we were talking. It's IPG Media, I think it was, that did a report recently. 81% of people who are active in Reddit sports, which is a ton of fun. Whatever your sport is, whatever your team is, it's a great place to be. 81% of people find value in brands being active in their conversations. And so I think that data point is so interesting because it breaks this notion that like people don't want to see brands showing up there. They do. It's about how you show up and how you show up in a way that's beneficial to them.
Absolutely. Last question.
Yeah.
This always goes super fast. What is one thing that your comms team is focusing on for 2026?
Yeah, I think, the world around us changes and evolves so quickly every day. And so we're focusing on continuing to evolve our story and evolve the ways that we tell our story and helping companies understand how they can be effective here on Reddit as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Adam, and thank you all for joining us.